Hot Shots, Part 2. That's the playlist I've got on deck. It is currently 2:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, May 29th, 2026. Dipping in, or actually we're halfway through that Scorpio moon transit. Da da da. What are you doing with your underworld treasures? I'm going to warm up my voice a little bit. Then dial in my amp sounds. I'll get tuned up. The previous stream concluded on its own, or maybe by outside interference, after about an hour. I was thinking of piecing this one, that one, and the one from late in the evening around twilight together as a series of posts for my TikTok, YouTube, and perhaps other platform channels. If you're watching this from anything else besides Northern Light on TikTok, Paul Harris Light Striker on YouTube and or Instagram, then it is likely an identity thieving copycat account. Alright, so just be aware, identity theft is a really common thing occurring in today's society. Big issue, big problem. Especially in a so-called capitalist culture, society. Like, we really shouldn't have to worry about people taking our ideas and undercutting us or whatever. I don't know, I think if you put the work in, then you definitely deserve what's good from it. Ain't about that for me, I just enjoy doing this. I don't need to get paid for it, but I do understand that there are copycat accounts not only making money from recutting my content, but also illegally gathering surveillance footage of me through the acts and intentional torts of voyeurism. These operations are not limited to one nor two groups, but more, even including the police. I don't know that they're cutting and whatevering my content, but I know that they tap in and keep an eye on me. That's a story for another time. Let's get on getting with it. I'm going to put on some music, warm up my voice, stretch out my body, and then dial in my amp, jam a bit. I might put on a backing track. I might just improvise. I'm not certain yet. When I practice off screen, it's typically more structured. When I broadcast, I prefer to just go with the flow, see what comes, possibly work on other people's songs, but mostly just go with the flow. So without further ado, let's get you on up there with a cover of Broadripple is Burning by Jeremy Ruglio Music here on YouTube. It is 2:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 567 likes, May 29th, 2026. This is TikTok. You might be hearing it on YouTube and or Instagram under the handle Paul Harris Light Striker. For now, you're tuned into my alias before I get tuned with my guitar. This is Northern Light on TikTok, and this is Jeremy Ruglio on YouTube. Broadripple is burning. Margot and the nuclear so-and-sos.
Children, Broadripple is burning, and the
Don't look at me that way. Yeah! My goodness. Great lyrics. You can taste it. I don't know if you could see the heart that is candle wax. And jumping in the lake. Oh, I'll be a poltergeist. I'm looking for a soft pick. I can't really find it, but whatever. I guess I'll use a thick one. It's not as difficult on electric guitar anyway. That was Jeremy Ruglio on YouTube with Margot and the Nuclear So-and-So's Broadripple is Burning. Next up we've got Fever Dream, Movements, Clara Covet. I pray that nobody is imbibed with any sadness, but more so enlightenment and learning. Maybe harness that Scorpio moon transit with some more saddish songs, I suppose. Broadripple is Burning. No, that's not this. This is Fever Dream, Movements, Clara Covet. Just gonna get tuned up here in a moment and so forth. Would be great if I could find a specific pick, but I can barely hear it. I found it. Oh, buddy. This seems like acknowledgement and accountability. That's what I gather from these lyrics. Revelations.
And I'm holding desperately to what's left of me before I fall apart. Searching for anything.
I think I left my chapeau upstairs, but that's okay.
My only enemies in my heart. Losing friends as fast as I've been.
Actually, I'm gonna go get it because I'm curious if it looks good with everything.
I'm only 6 feet deep inside my mind. So this is goodbye. Goodbye. Take a drive in my
I'm just
car.
kidding. This is not goodbye. I was trying to throw you off with some type of humor you gotta be paying attention to pick up on. But for real, I didn't think the hat was on my head until I got to the stairs. I thought it was just this.
I'm holding desperately to what's left of me before I fall apart. Searching for anything.
I'll probably wear this lower after I've gotten tuned up and everything. This is what I call the tuning strap level. This is where you want it when you're tuning, like Beatles height. Oh yeah, it's on my acoustic.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye,
Goodbye, Clara. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? I just need the tuner. I think my heart is calling me to play some acoustic and sing a little bit, but first I want to play with my amp. Oh, I just needed the tuner. I guess I was more focused on the song than what I was doing. The story so far. Clairvoyant. Jeremy Lotruglio. I could get a better run from this angle. Oh yeah. might put on a backing track to warm up to after I get tuned up.
Scribe makes step-by-step guides for any process with AI. You know what's terrifying at work? When you start a new job, there's no training. None of the
State champs. Leave you in the dark. Jeremy Lotruglio. Actually, before I do that, oh my God. Reminder to future me, the window is open, don't forget that. And rest in peace to the raccoon that was recently killed in my area. Jeremy Lotruglio, once again. Tiny Raindrops, Balance and Composure. Great song. Let's test out my leash. I think I'm in tune. That was Jeremy Lottruglio with Tiny Raindrops. Balance and Composure. It is 2:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now Friday, May 29th, 2026. Let's put on a backing track. Oh wait, I'm not in E flat. My acoustic is tuned to E flat. This electric here is E standard. Backing track. Because of the strain this puts on anyone's back that is holding a guitar. I'll probably switch over to acoustic before like the half-hour mark. Wild Majestic Metal. Let's hear it for a minute. Elevated jam tracks, YouTube. Oh, I don't want to play in distortion right now though. E minor emotional rock backing track. Guitar Lab Tracks, YouTube, 2:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like this one so far. I found some other creators on YouTube and on TikTok too that I was gonna just play their music in the background, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. Oh wait, it's not that cool. Gonna probably adjust the strap soon. I like the feel of this. Pretty good. There's so many little things you gotta do with all the buttons, all the knobs. Like electric guitar is more technologically demanding, I suppose. But it's easier to move your fingers on the strings than acoustic. Oh yeah. I found this really kick-ass bass player on YouTube too. His name's not Danny Benet, but it's like Donnie's Bonnet or something. I'll have to look him up again. I love his videos. He seems like a dude who totally accepts himself. Like, he's got like that Vice City sort of Grand Theft Auto vibe in terms of the outfits he chooses. Like club owner type vibes, I guess. Like, I definitely enjoy some good 80s synth music. It's pretty good. This is kind of like a mix of that and a rock ballad. I liked it.
If you hate aggressive scents like...
Oh my gosh.
You'll love Downy Light when you add it to your wash.
Oh, you don't even want to know what I prayed for. It was a specific type of cologne with a specific name that would specifically be allergic to people who are not in alignment with me. And I think it's been working. We've got E minor melancholic rock backing track, guitar lab tracks. And that was just the theory, by the way. I'm not saying that's what it is, so don't twist my words. Some police officers got nothing better to do but then to like just build lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. Reframe everything and anything. But on the same token, there's some decent ones with some patience out there. There's good and bad and everything and everyone, including the good and the bad. Though I would acknowledge that the average doomsday police officer, as in like the modern day times police officer, especially given the copious amounts of neglect that we experience in our upbringings, the toxic foods, toxic programming, and our inherent nature to war and to be territorial. I heard someone on YouTube paraphrase it as that humans operate under the laws of 3 F's. They're either fighting for resources, fighting to fuck. What was that other one? Or they're fighting to feed. So they're fighting, fucking, or feeding. But we could be creating too. I was thinking of learning some funks. Maybe we could put a 4th F on that. This is one area I've got to learn about electric guitars, is dialing in my tone just right, both on the guitar with its knobs and bridge pickup switch, along with all the fucking knobs on the amps. Okay, I've got to be a sound engineer, a light engineer, a talent machine, every fucking thing. And you know what? It's not enough to get people not to fucking complain about anyone being candidated for anything. And to what I say to that, fuck them. Let them bitch, let them complain. One of my biggest pet peeves of humanity is the incessant need to try and control each other. When we can't have power over them, for example, we try to dog whistle them what they ought to be doing in their own stream, even though they haven't contracted under any corporation and are just doing so on their own free will and in their own free flow, courtesy of this YouTube backing track, that is. I do more than just report the weather here. That's not to anyone from near. You'll know if it's for you. Oh, it's different when you go to the middle one. Oh, there's where the volume is. Now I gotta find the tones. When you switch the pickup, it switches the location of the volume and the tones. Tone knobs, tone controls. Oh. Epic emotional guitar backing track in D minor. 79 beats per minute. Guitar Lab tracks yet again. This is a good channel. Okay, right, yeah, there is a B flat in that key. Oh no, I can't use this string. Fuck. Well, I can't use it open, I mean. Here's my volume now. Now. You gotta watch you don't hit it with your arm when you're doing stuff. I just had my volume set perfectly for what I wanted to do, and then it got so loud. There we go. If you're playing for a live audience, that mistake will be much louder. It's good to know these things before you do that sort of thing. I was liking that fucking jam track, you cocksuckers. E minor, emotional backing, rock backing track. 78 BPM. Guitar lab tracks. YouTube. Ah! Let's try A minor atmospheric backing track, melancholic emotional jam, guitar lab tracks. Look at the Red Bull on the screen, not a sponsor. I don't drink energy drinks. If they made one that was absolutely not harmful at all to me, maybe I would rep it. But I don't believe in promoting products that I wouldn't put in my body. To each their own. I don't want to kill my kidneys with caffeinated energy drinks. I might fuck with this. That's about the end of my leash right there. Did I say it was an A minor? That's the volume, this is tone. heard a noise outside. I might have to go investigate in a moment. Pretty good song. I'm gonna turn it down though so I can focus more on the perimeter. 2:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be checking to ensure that I'm still broadcasting in a moment. Definitely before I pull up the acoustic, but I do have to mind the perimeter because of the gangs talking nonsense. Motherfuckers want me to hurt them, to teach them where the fucking line is. So, I was trying to remember some lyrics that I came up with around the time that I was writing about earlier within my book, which actually was more than 1 year that I was writing about. Do I need my bottom pickup for this? This was originally written with distortion. I haven't practiced it in a while, but I was thinking about it earlier. I had 2 inspirations for this song. I'm not going to play it in its entirety. It will likely bear a chapter in my book, which that's what I'm incorporating, are not only outside references, but inside references too. I'm going to check and see if I'm broadcasting. Just one moment. All right, we have not been interrupted. So I started writing this song with a buddy. He came up with the first riff. I came up with an intro, an interlude, a solo, lyrics, other rhythms. And he ended up like taking off. We didn't end up finishing it together, but I have kind of remembered it and I like playing from time to time. It was created in distortion. The lyrics were both, well, the song title itself, Purple Sky, was inspired when I was coming back from Kanasuta, Mont Kanasuta in Quebec. Me and a buddy were like about 20 or 21 years old. Or let me think, it might have been in 2007. So I'm not going to give you the exact age on that. I'm an elder millennial. Oh yeah, that's right. It was when I was in about year 2 of my medicating anxiety with a certain substance. And I was starting to do it a little bit less. And I had gone snowboarding that evening. I did still have a few drinks there. But on the way back, I won't forget it. The buzz was wearing off, but I still felt calm and relaxed because I had been in the mountain of Kanasuta. Just getting out in nature can do wonders for us. And on the way back, I looked to the sky as we came around near where I sometimes run and call as the king path, not to refer to myself as the king, but etc. You might have to catch one of my playbacks in order to get the details of that. There, if the audience pisses me off, I'm going to tune with my amp on. So I looked across the waters and up to the sky, and it was the first time in some time I had seen a purple sky. And then I was writing about the withdrawal symptoms I was experiencing as I was letting go of the substances. And that much inspired the lyrics of it, whereas the title was simply about the sky. Well, actually, I guess it's about both, because I was having all sorts of epiphanies then. I believe actually it was in 2008. I was like a year or so into playing World of Warcraft. Like I would work and drink to go to work, and then when I wasn't working, and because we're like snowed in up here up north most of the time, half the year, we escape through video games. Lately I've been escaping through restructuring my days, my routines. I find that really helps settle you, dial you into you, progress, feel better, feel great. Part of the book's also going to detail just like what an assassin anxiety can be. It didn't become blatantly apparent to me until I became a young adult, post-teen years, when I realized how much what we eat and drink greatly affects our gut health, which in turn affects how our anxiety affects us. Once I cleaned up my gut, like I felt a lot less anxious. It took some time getting out doing some cognitive behavioral therapy as well though. I started attending school, mainstream school again. I figured that was a good way to do it because you got to deliver speeches and stuff and work with people. And in part of the book, I will be detailing when I felt like my anxiety hit me the hardest through a section. And this, I'm not sure if I'm going to entitle it this, but it's probably going to be called The Heavy. Anxiety before I knew it was called anxiety, and I thought I was just losing my fucking mind. So I didn't have the words to explain it. So part of this song is about that as well. But part of what amplified my anxiety was I had to go through an on-stage humiliation for about 10 minutes. At the same time, simultaneously, while other like main events in my life happened. Long-term girlfriend found out she was like doing it with this drummer dude, and so we broke up, and that was kind of like a shocker. And then to find out my friends weren't exactly my friends was also a shocker. But that wasn't it. There were a few other things that happened, and one of those things after the breakup was the on-stage humiliation, as I mentioned. That can really amp up your anxiety. And there was a lot of like, it seemed like gang stalking was going on back then too, and like mainly like in an effort to destabilize me. And it's likely by the same lawyer lady that's doing it now. Because the reason why my long-term girlfriend broke up with me was not because of what she says, it's because that's typically what happens when people join other groups. Hierarchies shift, influences promote separations, connections, etc. I thought that'll be in my book too. I thought it had like just ended at that point. Like it's like, okay, yep, she started hanging out with the popular girls, playing sports and stuff, and now I'm dumped. I thought, okay, well at least that's just gonna stay in high school, right? Right? No, it seems lawyer lady's been fucking with me as an adult. It didn't become apparent to me until like recently-ish, but and it's not just them, it's others. There's a whole heap of people. That's why I'm thinking in hindsight, like, I was definitely being targeted back then, whether it was just general bullying or a fully thought out gang stalking operation, whatever it was, it's been happening, and etc. etc. I'm getting off the topic. We're going to go through Purple Sky. Let's see if I can remember the lyrics. It is supposed to be distorted, and there is a pretty cool tapping part in the beginning. Or wait, that's not it. Gotta situate this like this. That's what's tricky about guitar. Like if you adjust your strap low, because it makes like doing some things on it easier, it's gonna make other things harder. You always have to like adjust to get it going. This is tricky like this because I keep touching the pickup that I was talking about. Anyways, let's just fuck with the lyrics. I'll sit down and do it on my acoustic after the tapping part. It'll be easier when I'm sitting. No, it's not that one. I was thinking about the lyrics to another song. It sounds different with distortion. Maybe I'll put on distortion for it. Remember the lyrics. So it was about like withdrawing from substances and feeling the relief of being in nature, being with a buddy, staring at a good sky, listening to some good punk music on the way home. I think we might have been listening to No Use for a Name. Or no, it was Strung Out. It was their album after the one with Cemetery and Velvet Alley on it. I think it had one song called Bring Out Your Dead. And there was some other stuff too. I gotta remember though, it's been a minute. A long, long minute. I feel that cold sweat riding up and down my spine now. Yeah, that's the lyric. I feel like cold sweat riding up and down my spine now. I wonder when these demons will release and make me fine. I wonder what once what was. I could not foresee this. Wait. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've remembered this. I wonder what once what was what. I wonder once what was this thing that happened to me.